Uh, Talking to someone who had a sex experience at a very young age, you compromise many things because the person you had sex with is not the person you were supposed to spend your life with. There is a big mistake, and that mistake become usual because everyone, almost everyone on the earth, uh, is following the same path of having sex because they don't understand. They don't understand, brothers and sisters, why God disagree that point, why God is prohibiting the fact of having a sex relation with a person who has not been called to be your husband or to be your wife. There is a covenant in the fact of having sex. There is a blood covenant, my brothers and sisters. And this is the most important thing you have to understand from this exhortation, from this prayer. There is a covenant, and many people are failing in their life because of those blood covenant they are doing with other people, and they don't pay attention. One day they discover that things are not working in their life as expected, and they start pointing out their uncles, some families member. But brother and sister, you are the first responsible of that disaster. You are the first responsibility, the first responsible of what happened in your life. You were sent on earth like a box with a gift inside, and you were supposed to be delivered to a specific location where somebody is waiting for you. And unfortunately, you finally reach that location, the expected location, with an opened box, and the gift has been stolen. When you have a sex at a young age, the person you have sex with will not marry you. In 90% of case, he will never be your husband or your wife. And one day you will meet someone who is really your husband, and you have nothing to offer to that person because the gift inside the box has been lost. Remember the first covenant? They did it in Egypt, brother and sister. The Esther, you remember that? And the second, because all those were only a kind of image of what was supposed to happen with Jesus Christ. And when Jesus came, he went on the cross of Calvary, he died, and the new covenant was cut. The new covenant, brother and sister. The new covenant. And in each covenant, you will notice that something is related. Blood. Blood, brother and sister. That is why every time you have sex with someone, you are mixing your blood and you are cutting a covenant with that person. And the curse, if that person has curse in his life, that curse will follow you. Even if you are no more with that person, you are no more in a relationship with that person, curse will be following your life. Even if you meet someone else in your life, if God don't forgive you, that curse will remain. And you will feel that curse in your life. Things will not work as expected. You'll be struggling in some area only because you had a sex experience with a wrong person. And you have curse on you now. Brother and sister, be careful. And now it is time. Maybe it is too late for someone, but it is time for your children to know this principle. Prevent your child from sexual immorality. Prevent your child from such kind of mistakes in their life. We have to ensure that our children are not making the same mistakes that we did in the past. Prevent your child from this. Speak about this, brother and sister. Teach people around you. And something is not working in your life because of that first covenant you had in your life. with a wrong person, do not forget that God is making everything with a purpose. And you were set on earth to meet someone specific. And before you met that person, maybe you met someone else and you had sex with that person. While your first sex experience was supposed to be completed with a specific person. You came both from the same place in the heaven, and you were introduced on earth, maybe in different area. Maybe you were introduced on earth in Congo, and your partner were introduced in India. Maybe we don't know, or maybe in the same land, in the same country, but in different towns. You were sent on earth with a specific person who is supposed to share your life. And every time that you are having sex, we have people at the age of 16, they have sex experience of a person who get 2 or 3 lives, and this is a shame. And those people are going to church. Those people are praying the Lord. They are praising with the children of God. They are worshiping the Lord, but they don't respect God at all. They don't respect, they don't pay attention to God's principles. There is only one person who normally is allowed to enter into your body, and that person is your husband, the one who was sent. You were sent, and you are linked from the heaven. Remember what is said in the book of Genesis. When Adam saw Eve, he could recognize Eve from his spirit. He never saw her before, but he recognized Eve as his blood and his bones. You see, brother and sister, as his flesh and his blood. Because there is a mystery behind, brother and sister. The person you met on this earth, you knew that person before coming even on the earth. And remember also Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5. Before you were born, before I made you in the womb of your mother, I knew you. So you exist already, even before coming in the womb of your mother. And God knows everything about you. Everything that you are related to, He knows. And He has already a program. He said, I set you apart before you were born, and I set you as a prophet of the nation. You see, God has a plan for you even before you were born. He knew your partner. He knew about your life. All those things, brother and sister. So be careful, my brother. Be careful. Even in the Bible, the only person who get the access to the very holy place in the tabernacle was the high priest. And everyone has his high priest in his life. Your high priest is your husband. You see? And that is the only person to whom God has granted the right to enter your body. Do not allow someone before the marriage to come and to enter your body and to do everything he wants, because he don't know his life, and he may be under the domination of the demon of his family, under the domination of any wrong behavior he has in his life, and you'll be sharing that curse because you are mixing yourself with that person. Sex is now part of fashion, brother and sister. Sex is part of fashion. You are cutting covenant outside of your marriage. And when you mix yourself with someone, you are cutting a blood covenant, and you are taking by the same way curse in someone's life and bringing it in your marriage. That is why a lot of marriages are failing. That is why we have so many divorces inside the church. Among Christians, we have many people are divorcing. Many are broke, despite they have Jesus in their life. You see, brother and sister, we shall see God like a store manager, a person who owns a store, who have a store and who is selling pizza, who is selling cake, who is selling many things. And there is someone who wants a pizza, and the pizza is sent in a box. You have to deliver the pizza at a certain location, a specific location. But during the travel, every person you meet on the road is taking a part of, is opening the box and taking a part of that pizza. You are that pizza, and the pizza itself is your blessing, is your grace, everything you receive from God. And unfortunately, you stop everywhere on the road, and where everyone is opening the pizza box and taking a part of a pizza. And finally, when you reach the location where the pizza has to be delivered, finally the box is empty. And many sisters and brothers in church are in that case. They are finally meeting the person who is supposed to live, to share their life until the end. They finally meet those persons where they are empty. There is no more blessing in them. God is making everything with a purpose, brothers and sisters. And if you were born a virgin, it is because of a specific purpose. You see, at the first time you have a sex relation with someone, it is something very deep is happening at the same time. You are mixing, both of you are mixing, brother and sister, and there's blood. There is an artifact in that action, in that activity. You see, there is an artifact, and the principal artifact is the blood that is coming out of your body. If you are a lady, you are a girl or a lady. This is an artifact that a covenant has been cut. You see, brother and sister. And be careful you don't have to share such part of your life with anyone, with someone just like that, because of fun, because you want to enjoy your life. There is a very big responsibility behind. There is a very great mystery. The source of your life, you see, is hiding there. And if you go and you have sex with someone because you like his eyes, you are making a great mistake. Because your body is for your husband. Your body is for your wife. Your sex is for your wife and your husband, brothers and sisters. And having sex with everyone will destroy your soul. Even you're still handsome, you're still beautiful physically, but spiritually you are destroyed. And we know that everything starts in the spirit. We know that there is nothing without a spirit. Even your actions start in your spirit. If you want to travel, you will first think about it. It is a spirit, you see. So, brother and sister, if your spirit is destroyed, if you cut a covenant with a wrong person, that covenant could be related to your life, could be linked to your life for your entire life. There are so many people who are married, but they are not happy because they cut the first covenant, the only covenant, with a wrong person. Now they are married, but they are still linked with the person they had the sex experience for the first time. You see, brother and sister. So be careful. Teach this principle to your child. Teach this principle around, brother and sister. Speak about this. In the Bible, where people are getting married, the parent and the family and even the priest, they were expecting the artifact at the end. They were expecting the blood to be illustrated. They were expecting to see blood, brother and sister. That was the proof that the girl was a virgin. There is a very deep message, and I don't know if we can understand it as deep as the message is. You see, there is a very deep message. Reason why adultery is similar to death from God's view, because Jesus said no one has the right to divorce unless if he commit adultery. You see, unless if your wife, you don't have to divorce your wife unless she commit adultery or unless she died. So there is similitude between adultery and death. When you commit adultery, you have sex outside with another person than your spouse. It is like you are dying when you perform that, when you commit that sin. You are dying, and your partner has the right to divorce you and to marry again someone else. That is there are only two ways given by Jesus Christ that can justify a divorce. The first one is death. The second one is adultery. So be careful, brother and sister. And even today, you are promised to receive some blessing in your life, but you are yet to get those blessings only because you cut a covenant with a wrong person. You cut a covenant with a wrong person. You are married now. You are a husband that loves you, but you are not happy. You feel like something is missing somewhere. And it could be related to the first experience, the first sex experience you had in your life. And many people are experiencing this fact. Everything is working in your life. And from a certain day, you have an experience. And from that day, things stop working in your life. Even you meet someone else, you make project together. But still, if that person got curse in his life, you have now a part of that curse also. You see? So let's be careful and let's read properly the word of God. Sex is not a matter of fashion. Sex is not a matter of enjoyment. Sex is not for rejoicing out of marriage, but sex is allowed for married people only and shall be done in the marriage only.